The champagne flute shattered against the marble floor. Zara Lennox didn't flinch. She stood frozen in the doorway of Ryan Kong's penthouse, her Valentino heels surrounded by sparkling glass and golden liquid that spread like a slow-moving accusation across the white stone. Her hand, the one that had been holding the glass, trembled at her side. Inside the study, Ryan's voice continued, oblivious. 50 million, father. That's the price Victoria's family is offering.
Everything is under control.
The Qin Empire would merge
Don't
seamlessly with ours. Zara's breath caught. The engagement ring on her finger suddenly felt like a shackle. And the Lennox girl, Gregory Kong's voice was dismissive, bored. She's been a pleasant distraction for you, but hardly suitable for the family legacy. I know, Ryan's reply came too quickly, too easily. I'll handle Zara, she's emotional, but she'll understand eventually. Business is business. The floor tilted beneath Zara's feet. 3 years. 3 years of late nights at his family's galas, of learning Cantonese to impress his grandmother, of reshaping herself into something she thought he wanted. 3 years of believing she was enough. She stepped backward, her heel crunching on broken glass. The sound echoed like a gunshot. The study door flew open. Ryan appeared, his perfect face arranged in practiced concern. Zara, I didn't know you were. How long have you been standing there? She looked at him, really looked at him, and saw a stranger. His Armani suit was impeccable, his hair perfectly styled, his eyes calculating the damage, already formulating the lie. Long enough, she whispered. Baby, listen, he reached for her. Zara jerked away. Don't you dare touch me right now. Gregory Kong emerged from the study, his expression cold and regal. At 72, he carried himself like an emperor surveying his kingdom. He glanced at Zara with the same interest one might show a stain on expensive fabric. Ms. Lennox, this is unfortunate timing. Unfortunate, the words scraped out of her throat. You're selling your son like livestock, and you think the timing is unfortunate. I'm securing my family's future, Gregory corrected, his tone glacial. Something you, unfortunately, cannot provide. Your architecture firm is charming, I'm sure, but the Qin family brings us manufacturing contracts in 4 countries and political connections that... I don't care. Zara's voice shook, but she held his gaze. I don't care about your empire or your contracts or your bloodline purity complex. Ryan's face flushed. Zara, you're being dramatic. If you just calm down and let me explain. Explain what? That you've been negotiating your next marriage while planning ours. That I was never actually the choice, just the placeholder. She yanked the engagement ring off her finger, the 3-carat diamond he'd proposed with on a yacht in Monaco, and threw it at his feet. I hope Victoria Qin knows what she's buying. She turned and walked toward the elevator, her spine rigid, refusing to let them see her break. You'll regret this, Gregory called after her. Walking away from this family, you'll be nothing. Zara stabbed the elevator button. I was nothing to you anyway. The doors closed on Ryan's face, his mouth open in protest or explanation or another carefully crafted lie. Zara waited until she was alone, descending 40 floors, before she let herself crumble against the mirrored wall. 3 years, gone just like that. The elevator doors opened to the lobby, and she forced herself upright, shoulders back, chin high. She'd learned that much from the Kongs, never let them see you bleed. The October air hit her like a slap when she stepped outside. Manhattan glittered around her, indifferent to her devastation. She walked without direction, her mind replaying every moment, every sign she'd missed. The pregnancy test she'd found in his bathroom trash last month. Ryan's explanation that it belonged to his sister visiting from London, but his sister was in Singapore, had been for months. The hushed phone calls he'd started taking in another room. The way he'd suddenly become too busy for their Friday dinners. How stupid she'd been. How desperately, pathetically stupid. Zara found herself at a bar she didn't recognize, somewhere in the East Village. Dark wood, low lighting, the kind of place where people came to disappear. Perfect. She slid onto a stool and ordered whiskey. Neat. The bartender raised an eyebrow at her cocktail dress and ruined makeup but said nothing. The first sip burned, the second one less so. Rough night. The voice came from her left, low, controlled, with an accent she couldn't quite place. Zara turned and found herself looking at a man who didn't belong in a dive bar any more than she did. He was devastating in the way dangerous things often are. Sharp jaw, dark eyes that seemed to catalog everything about her in a single glance, black hair pushed back from his face. He wore a simple black shirt, sleeves rolled to his forearms, and when he reached for his drink, she saw it. A tattoo that curved up his neck, disappearing behind his ear. Some kind of dragon or serpent, rendered in stark black ink. You could say that, Zara replied, turning back to her glass. Let me guess, man trouble. She laughed, brittle and sharp. That obvious. You're wearing a designer dress and drinking bottom shelf whiskey alone. Either man trouble or you're a masochist with interesting taste. Despite everything, Zara smiled. Maybe both. He signaled the bartender. Put her drinks on my tab and bring her the good stuff. She deserves better than whatever punishment she's inflicting on herself. I don't need. I know you don't need it, he interrupted smoothly. But you look like you want to burn something down tonight, and good whiskey helps clarify whether that's a metaphor or a plan. The bartender set down a glass of amber liquid that probably cost more than Zara's shoes. She stared at it, then at the stranger. Why are you being nice to me? Who says I'm being nice? His smile was slight, dangerous. Maybe I'm just curious what makes a woman like you end up in a place like this. A woman like me. Expensive dress. Calluses on your fingers from drafting pencils, so you work with your hands, architect, maybe designer. Tan line where an engagement ring used to be. He paused, his gaze sharp. And you walked in here like you were ready to set the world on fire but haven't figured out which match to strike yet. Zara's breath caught. You're observant. I have to be. In my line of work, missing details gets you killed. She should have been alarmed. Should have gathered her purse and left. Instead, she asked, what do you do? Let's just say I solve problems that conventional methods can't handle. He extended his hand. Daniel. She shook it, his grip firm and warm. Zara. Beautiful name. Hebrew, isn't it? Means princess. My mother had aspirations. Zara took a sip of the whiskey he'd ordered, smooth, complex, nothing like the paint thinner she'd been drinking. What about you? Daniel doesn't sound. I don't know how to say this without being offensive. You're wondering about my ethnicity. He seemed amused rather than offended. My mother was Korean. Father was American, British descent. I got the best and worst of both worlds. The tattoo, Zara said, emboldened by whiskey and devastation. That's not just aesthetic, is it? Daniel's expression shifted. Something calculating flickered behind his eyes. No, it's not. Silence stretched between them, heavy with unspoken questions. Zara knew she should be careful, that this stranger with his dangerous smile and neck tattoo was probably exactly the kind of complication she didn't need. But right now, sitting next to someone who looked at her like she was actually visible felt like oxygen after drowning. The man who broke your heart, Daniel said quietly. Does he have a name? Ryan Kong. Daniel went very still. When he spoke again, his voice was different, colder, sharper. Ryan Kong, of the Kong family, Gregory Kong's son. You know them. You could say that. He drained his whiskey in one swallow. Tell me, Zara, how badly do you want to hurt him? The question should have shocked her. Instead, something dark and hungry unfurled in her chest. What do you mean? Daniel turned to face her fully, and she saw it then. The resemblance she'd missed before. The shape of his jaw, the way he held himself, the calculated intelligence in his eyes. My full name is Daniel Kong. Desung Kong if we're being traditional. Gregory Kong is my father. His smile was all edges, and I haven't spoken to my family in 8 years. If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and comment below what you think will happen next. Your support keeps these stories coming. Zara's mind reeled. You're Ryan's half-brother, same father, different mothers. Mine was a mistake Gregory made in Seoul during a business trip. He paid her off, set her up in a nice apartment in Queens, and pretended I didn't exist until I was 16 and my mother died. Daniel's voice was matter-of-fact, but Zara heard the blade beneath the words. Then he tried to bring me into the family, wanted to clean up his image, show how magnanimous he was, taking in his bastard son. What happened? I told him exactly what he could do with his generosity. Daniel signaled for another drink, but not before I learned everything about how he operates, his business, his empire, his weaknesses. Why are you telling me this? Because you asked how I know the Kongs, and I don't lie to people who interest me. He studied her face, and because I think we might be able to help each other. Zara's heart hammered against her ribs. I don't understand. Yes, you do. Daniel leaned closer, his voice dropping to barely above a whisper. You want revenge. I can see it in your eyes. You want Ryan and Gregory and everyone who made you feel small to know exactly what they lost. And his smile turned predatory. I want to watch my father's perfect world crumble. So I'm going to make you an offer, Zara Lennox. Marry me. The bar seemed to tilt. You're insane. Am I? Think about it. You marry me, you become family. Untouchable. Every door they slammed in your face opens wide. Your architecture firm suddenly has access to clients who wouldn't have looked at you twice. And Ryan? Daniel's eyes glittered. Ryan gets to watch his former fiancé become his stepmother. Technically. That's sick. That's power. Daniel sat back. I'm not asking you to love me. This would be a contract, pure and simple. You get protection, status, and the resources to build your career higher than the Kongs ever would have let you reach. I get the satisfaction of claiming something Gregory thought he controlled. What's the catch? No catch, just terms. You maintain your independence, your business, your life, your choices. I ask only for public loyalty. We present a united front, make appearances when necessary. In private, he shrugged, we're adults. We set our own rules. Zara's phone buzzed. Ryan's name flashed on the screen. Zara, please, let me explain. I love you. She stared at the message, feeling nothing. The man she'd loved didn't exist, had never existed. I need time to think, she said. Daniel pulled a card from his wallet, heavy stock, expensive, with just a phone number embossed in black. You have until Monday. After that, I assume you've decided to handle your heartbreak the conventional way. Crying, ice cream, maybe a revenge haircut. Despite everything, Zara laughed. You're an asshole. I've been called worse. He stood, dropping cash on the bar, far more than their drinks cost. But I'm an honest asshole, which is more than you can say for Ryan Kong. Think about my offer, Zara. Really think about it. He walked toward the door, then paused. For what it's worth, my father was right about one thing. You're not suitable for his family. His smile was gentle, almost kind. You're far too good for it. Then he was gone, leaving Zara alone with a business card, a glass of expensive whiskey, and a decision that would either save her or destroy her. She stayed until closing, turning Daniel's offer over in her mind. Every rational thought screamed that this was madness, marrying a stranger for revenge. It sounded like a bad thriller novel. But the alternative was going back to her empty apartment, her empty life, and pretending that 3 years hadn't just been incinerated like they meant nothing. Her phone buzzed again. Victoria Chin had posted on social media a photo of her hand wearing Zara's ring, or one exactly like it, with Ryan's arm around her shoulders. The caption, "When you know, you know." Zara looked at Daniel's card. She thought about Gregory's dismissive tone. You'll be nothing. She thought about Ryan's easy agreement. I'll handle Zara. She thought about every time she'd made herself smaller, quieter, more acceptable. Zara pulled out her phone and typed a single word, yes. The response came immediately. Monday, 10 a.m., courthouse. Bring your lawyer if you want. I'll have the contract ready. She should have felt panic, terror, something other than this strange, cold calm settling over her. Instead, Zara Lennox felt powerful for the first time in 3 years. The weekend passed in a blur of due diligence. Zara hired a private investigator, the best money could buy, and what he uncovered about Daniel Kong should have sent her running. Daniel had left the Kong family at 18 and built his own empire. Import-export, officially. But the investigator's carefully worded report suggested his business existed in the gray spaces between legal and not, dealing with clients who valued discretion over paperwork. He was worth somewhere north of $300 million, possibly more. His legitimate holdings included real estate across 3 continents, a shipping company, and investments in tech startups that had made him fortune when they went public. His less legitimate activities were harder to pin down, but the tattoo wasn't just decoration. It marked him as connected to certain organizations that operated outside conventional law. Ms. Lennox, her investigator had said carefully, this man is dangerous. Whatever business you're considering with him, I strongly advise. Thank you, Marcus. Send me the full report and your bill. She'd spent Saturday going through Daniel's contract with her lawyer, who'd looked at her like she'd lost her mind. This is actually fair, he'd said, sounding surprised. No hidden clauses, no financial traps. You keep your assets, your business, your autonomy. Hell, the prenup protects you more than it protects him. There's even a termination clause. Either party can end the marriage with 60 days notice. No contest, no penalties. So you're saying I should sign it? Her lawyer had set down the papers. I'm saying this reads like a business partnership, not a marriage, which makes me wonder what Daniel Kong is really getting out of this arrangement. Zara wondered the same thing. Sunday night, she couldn't sleep. She stood in her apartment, the one she'd lived in before Ryan, the one she'd kept even after he'd pressured her to move in with him, and looked at her reflection in the window. Tomorrow, she would either marry a dangerous stranger or walk away, and spend the rest of her life wondering what if. Her phone rang, unknown number. Hello? Second thoughts. Daniel's voice was calm, unsurprised. How did you get this number? I know how to find people, Zara. It's part of what I do. A pause. You can still back out. No judgment, no hard feelings. This offer expires at 10 a.m. tomorrow, but until then, you're free. Why me? The question burst out before she could stop it. You could have anyone. Why offer this to me? Silence stretched for so long she thought he'd hung up. Then, because when I watched you throw that ring at Ryan's feet and walk away, you reminded me of someone. Who? My mother. The day she told Gregory Kong he could keep his money and his name, that she'd rather raise me alone than let me become like him. Daniel's voice went soft. She had nothing, Zara. No power, no resources, no safety net. But she had dignity, just like you did when you walked out of that penthouse. Zara's throat tightened. Your offer, this isn't really about revenge, is it? No, he admitted. It's about choice. My mother never had any. You do. Tomorrow you can choose to disappear, let the Kongs forget you existed. Or you can choose to remind them exactly what they lost every single day for as long as you want. And you get what out of this? The satisfaction of knowing Gregory Kong will go to his grave knowing his bastard son claimed everything he tried to control, including you. Daniel's smile was audible. Petty? Absolutely. But I've never pretended to be noble. Zara closed her eyes. I'll see you at 10. Zara, bring something blue. My mother was superstitious about weddings. The line went dead. Monday morning arrived crisp and clear. Zara dressed carefully, a cream silk dress, simple but elegant with her mother's pearl earrings, and tucked into her purse, a blue silk handkerchief that had belonged to her grandmother. The courthouse was mercifully quiet. Daniel waited outside, looking unfairly composed in a charcoal suit that probably cost more than her car. When he saw her, something flickered across his face, surprise, maybe, or approval. "You came," he said. "Did you doubt I would?" "I never doubt, I just observe and adapt." He offered his arm, ready. "No, but I'm doing it anyway." The ceremony was brutally efficient. A judge who looked bored, two court-appointed witnesses who probably saw a dozen marriages before lunch. Words that should have meant everything but felt oddly hollow. "Do you, Daniel Kong, take this woman?" "I do." "And do you, Zara Lennox?" "I do." The rings Daniel produced were simple platinum bands. No diamonds, no ostentation. When he slid one onto her finger, his hand was steady. When she did the same, hers trembled. "You may kiss the bride." Daniel raised an eyebrow, asking silent permission. Zara nodded. The kiss was brief, almost chaste, but his lips were warm and his hand on her waist was solid and real, and this was happening. This was actually happening. "Congratulations," the judge said, already shuffling papers for the next couple. They signed documents. Zara watched her signature appear next to Daniel's, making it legal, making it real. "Mrs. Zara Khan." In the courthouse hallway, Daniel turned to her. "I own a penthouse in Tribeca. You're welcome to move in or keep your apartment, whatever makes you comfortable." "I'll move in." The decision surprised her, but it felt right. If this is going to work, we should probably at least live in the same place. Practical, he pulled out his phone. "I'll have movers sent to your apartment this week. Take whatever you want, leave the rest." And Zara, he met her eyes. "No one knows about this marriage yet except us and the court. We can still keep it quiet if you want time to." "No," Zara's voice was firm. "I want everyone to know, especially the Kongs." Daniel's smile was sharp and approving. "There's a charity gala Friday night. The Kong family hosts it annually. Every major player in the city will be there." "Perfect." "You're sure about this? Once we walk in there together, there's no taking it back. Gregory will retaliate. Ryan will." "I'm sure." Zara straightened her shoulders. "I'm done being the woman who gets quietly discarded. If we're doing this, let's do it right. Then we'll need to get you something spectacular to wear. My wife should look like she owns the room." "My wife," the word sent a strange thrill through her. "I have one condition," Zara said as they walked toward his car. A sleek black Aston Martin that probably cost more than her annual salary. "Name it." "Honesty, always. I don't care how ugly the truth is, I want it. No more pretty lies." Daniel opened her door. "Deal, same goes for you." "Then I should tell you. I spent the weekend having you investigated." He laughed, actually laughed. "I'd be disappointed if you hadn't. What did you find?" "Enough to know you're dangerous." "And yet you married me anyway." Daniel started the engine. "Either you're brave or crazy." "Maybe both," Zara said quietly, watching Manhattan slide past the window. She'd married a stranger, a criminal, a man with a neck tattoo and connections to organizations that operated in shadows. And somehow, she felt safer than she had in 3 years. The week passed in a strange domestic blur. Zara moved into Daniel's penthouse, 3 floors of glass and steel overlooking the Hudson, decorated with minimal but expensive taste. He gave her the entire second floor for her private space, a studio for her architecture work, and full access to everything. "What's mine is yours," he'd said simply. "That's how this works." They existed around each other carefully, like dancers learning new choreography. Daniel left for work before dawn, returning after dark. When he was home, he was quiet, reading in his study or making phone calls in languages Zara didn't understand. But they had dinner together every night. His rule, not hers. I spent too many years eating alone, he'd explained. Now I have a wife, even if it's just on paper. Might as well enjoy the company. And to her surprise, Zara did enjoy it. Daniel was intelligent, well-read, funny in a dry way that caught her off guard. He asked about her work, actually listened to her answers, offered insights that proved he understood architecture and design. My mother loved buildings, he'd said one night over pasta he'd cooked himself. Apparently, he was an excellent chef. She used to take me to look at skyscrapers when I was young. Said they proved humans could make beautiful things, not just destructive ones. She sounds wise. She was, Daniel's expression shuddered. Gregory never understood her. To him, she was just, never mind, ancient history. But Zara saw the pain there, buried deep but still raw. Thursday evening, Daniel came home carrying a garment bag. For tomorrow, he said, hanging it in her closet. You don't have to wear it if you don't like it, but I thought. Zara unzipped the bag and went silent. The dress was stunning, deep emerald silk that would complement her skin perfectly, with a neckline that was daring but not desperate. Classy, powerful. It's perfect, she whispered. Good, because you're going to outshine everyone in that room. Daniel's smile was predatory. Let them see what they lost. Friday arrived with autumn rain that cleared by evening, leaving the city washed and glittering. Zara spent hours getting ready, hair swept up, makeup dramatic, the emerald dress fitting like it was made for her body. When she emerged from her room, Daniel was waiting in the living room, devastatingly handsome in a tuxedo. He'd slicked his hair back, making the tattoo on his neck more visible, a deliberate choice. He looked up and went very still. Zara. Too much. No, perfect. He seemed to struggle for words, this man who was always so controlled. You're going to be the most beautiful woman there. Something warm unfurled in Zara's chest, dangerous and terrifying. Thank you, you clean up pretty well yourself. Daniel offered his arm. Ready to set the world on fire, Mrs. Khan. Zara took his arm, feeling the solid strength beneath the expensive fabric. Let's burn it down. The gala was held at the plaza, the ballroom transformed into something out of a fairy tale. Crystal chandeliers, ice sculptures, women dripping in diamonds and men in tuxedos that cost more than most people's cars. Zara had been to this event before, on Ryan's arm. Back then, she'd felt like an outsider, constantly aware of the whispers, the judgmental looks from Gregory's circle. Tonight, with Daniel beside her, she felt like a queen. They paused at the entrance. A hushed silence rippled through the room as people noticed them. Noticed Daniel Kong, the disgraced son, returned after 8 years. Noticed the woman on his arm in her emerald dress and dangerous smile. Noticed the wedding rings. Gregory saw them first. Zara watched the color drain from his face, then flood back in angry red. He started toward them, Ryan and Victoria trailing behind, Victoria's hand possessive on Ryan's arm. Ryan froze when he saw Zara. His mouth opened, closed, opened again. What is this? Gregory demanded, his voice tight with fury. Daniel smiled, slow and satisfied. Father, how nice to see you. I don't believe you've met my wife. The words detonated like a bomb. Conversation stopped. Heads turned. Someone dropped a glass. You can't be serious. Gregory's gaze swung to Zara, venomous. You married him. This is revenge, some pathetic attempt to. To what? Zara interrupted, her voice clear and carrying. To claim my place in your family. Oh no, Gregory. I don't want anything to do with the Kong family legacy. She smiled. I married Daniel because he's 10 times the man your legitimate son will ever be. Ryan flinched like she'd struck him. Zara, please, this is insane. We can talk about this. We have nothing to talk about. Zara met his eyes and felt nothing. Amazing how quickly love could turn to indifference. You made your choice. I've made mine. Victoria stepped forward, her perfect face arranged in fake sympathy. This is just sad, really. Marrying a criminal to get back at Ryan. That's not healing, that's... Careful, Daniel's voice went cold, dangerous. That's my wife you're insulting. The room went silent. People were staring. Phones were being discreetly raised, recording this disaster for social media posterity. Gregory drew himself up. You think this changes anything? You're still the bastard son, Desung. Still the mistake I had to pay for, Daniel finished smoothly. Oh, I know exactly what I am, father. The difference between us is I've never pretended to be anything else. His hand found Zara's back, warm and grounding. Now if you'll excuse us, my wife and I have better company to find. They walked past the stunned Kong family, through the crowd that parted like water, to the bar where Daniel ordered champagne. You're shaking, he murmured. Adrenaline. Zara took the glass he offered, drained half of it. Did you see their faces? Priceless, absolutely priceless. Daniel's grin was genuine, boyish almost. You were magnificent. So were you. She studied his profile, this dangerous stranger who was now her husband. Thank you. For what? For standing beside me. For not, I don't know how to say this without sounding ridiculous. Try. For making me feel like I matter. Zara blinked back unexpected tears. Ryan never did that. Even when he said he loved me, I always felt like I was auditioning for a role I'd never quite fit. Daniel turned to face her fully. Zara, look at me. When she met his eyes, she saw something fierce there. You were never the problem, they were. And anyone who made you feel less than extraordinary is a fool. The moment stretched, charged with something that wasn't supposed to be part of their contract. A man approached, older, distinguished, with kind eyes. Daniel Kong, I thought that was you. It's been years. Daniel's expression shifted to professional warmth. Mr. Takahashi, good to see you. And this must be the bride I've been hearing whispers about. Mr. Takahashi smiled at Zara. Congratulations. I run Takahashi Developments. We're building a new cultural center in Brooklyn. Daniel mentioned in passing years ago that if he ever met an architect worth trusting, he'd send them my way. Are you that architect? Zara's heart stuttered. Yes, I'm an architect. Excellent, call my office Monday. I'd love to see your portfolio. He handed her a card. Any wife of Daniel's is someone I want to work with. When he walked away, Zara stared at the card. Takahashi Developments, one of the biggest firms in the city. You never mentioned me to him, she said quietly. Daniel shrugged. Not yet, but I will now. That's how this works, Zara. You're my wife, which means anyone who wants to do business with me does business with you too. That's not part of our contract. No, but it's part of being married. His smile was slight, even if it's just a practical arrangement. Except it was starting to feel like more than that, and they both knew it. The rest of the evening passed in a blur of introductions, pointed congratulations, and barely veiled curiosity. Zara met developers, investors, city officials, people who would have never given her the time of day before. And Daniel stayed beside her, his hand at her back, making it clear she wasn't just arm candy but an equal partner. When they finally left, near midnight, Zara's feet ached and her face hurt from smiling. Tired? Daniel asked as they drove through empty streets. Exhausted, but also, she laughed, surprised by her own joy. That was incredible. You were incredible. The way you shut down Victoria, poetry. They drove in comfortable silence until Zara said, Daniel, can I ask you something? Always. Do you regret it? Leaving your family, I mean. Building everything on your own instead of taking what Gregory offered. Daniel was quiet for a long moment. No, if I'd stayed, I would have become him, cruel, controlling, unable to see people as anything but assets or obstacles. He glanced at her. My mother died because she couldn't afford proper health care, Zara. Gregory knew she was sick. I begged him to help. He said she'd made her choices. God, Daniel, I'm so... Don't. His voice was rough. I don't want pity. I just want you to understand why I need to watch him lose. Why I need him to see his bastard son with everything he tried to deny me, including a wife he would have deemed unsuitable. Zara reached over, found his hand, squeezed. Daniel's fingers tightened around hers, and they drove home that way, connected in the darkness. That night, Zara couldn't sleep. She wandered downstairs to find Daniel in his study, still in his tuxedo pants and unbuttoned shirt, nursing whiskey and staring at his laptop. Can't sleep either, she asked from the doorway. He looked up. Too much adrenaline, you. Same, Zara hesitated. Mind if I join you? Please. She curled into the chair across from his desk, and they sat in companionable silence, the city lights painting shadows across the walls. This morning, I got 3 emails from potential clients, Zara said. High-profile projects I would have killed for a month ago. That's good, isn't it? It's because I'm Mrs. Kong now. They want access to you, not my talent. Daniel closed his laptop. Zara, those people, Takahashi, the developers, the investors, they're successful because they recognize talent. Yes, being my wife opened doors, but you're the one who has to walk through them and prove you belong there, which you will. How can you be so sure? Because I've seen your work. I looked up your portfolio before I made my offer. At her surprised expression, he smiled. You think I'd propose marriage to someone without doing research? I don't operate on impulse, Zara. I saw your designs for that community center in Queens. Brilliant, functional yet beautiful. You have talent, real talent. All I'm doing is making sure people who matter see it too. Warmth spread through her chest, dangerous and addictive. Thank you. Don't thank me, just promise me something. What? When you're successful, and you will be, don't forget you earned it. Daniel's gaze was intense. I can open doors, but you're the one building the legacy. Remember that. Zara stood, crossed to his desk, and before she could overthink it, kissed his cheek. You're a good man, Daniel Kong, even if you pretend not to be. She left before he could respond, her heart hammering, knowing everything between them had just shifted. The next morning, Zara woke to find Daniel already gone, but a note on her nightstand. Check your email. She opened her laptop and found 53 new messages, requests for meetings, congratulations on the marriage, and at the top, an email from Margaret Sullivan, the Margaret Sullivan, legendary architect whose firm Zara had worshipped since college. Ms. Kong, I don't typically reach out like this, but your husband mentioned you were looking for opportunities. I'm expanding my firm and need a senior architect with fresh vision. If you're interested, let's talk. Attached is the proposed position and compensation. Zara opened the attachment and nearly dropped her coffee. Senior architect, 6-figure salary, profit sharing, her own team. Everything she dreamed of. She called Daniel immediately. Did you do this? Good morning to you too. He sounded amused. Do what? Margaret Sullivan, the job offer, did you? I mentioned to Margaret at the gala that you were brilliant and she should look at your portfolio. What she offered is based on her own assessment of your work. A pause. Are you angry? I don't know, maybe. Yes, no. Zara sat down hard. This is everything I wanted, but I can't tell if I earned it or if... Zara, listen to me. Margaret Sullivan doesn't offer senior positions to anyone. She's notorious for her standards. If she's offering you this, it's because she believes in your talent. His voice softened. I just made sure she knew you existed. The rest is you. I need to think about it. Of course, take your time. But Zara already knew her answer. She wanted this, wanted it desperately. And maybe it was okay that Daniel's name had opened the door, as long as her work kept it open. She accepted the position that afternoon. Over the next few weeks, Zara's life transformed. She started at Sullivan Architecture, working on projects that challenged and excited her. The team respected her vision. Clients listened to her ideas. For the first time, she felt like herself professionally. And at home, her relationship with Daniel deepened in ways their contract never anticipated. They had dinner together every night, talked for hours about everything and nothing. He taught her to cook Korean food his mother used to make. She introduced him to old movies, sprawled on the couch while his dry commentary made her laugh until her stomach hurt. He never pushed for more than she wanted to give, never assumed their marriage meant he had rights to her body or her time. But the attraction was there, simmering beneath everything. The way his hand lingered on her back during public events, the way she caught him watching her sometimes, something hungry in his eyes, the way she found herself thinking about him at inappropriate moments, wondering what would happen if she crossed the line they'd drawn. 1 month after their marriage, Gregory Kong made his move. Zara's phone rang during a client meeting, Daniel, which was unusual. He never interrupted her work. "I need you to come home," he said, voice tight. "Now." "What's wrong?" "Just come home, please." She found him in his study, staring at his laptop with an expression she'd never seen before, fear. "Daniel." He turned the screen toward her, a website she didn't recognize filled with photos. Her and Daniel at various public events, but photoshopped, altered, made to look. "Oh God." "Gregory's lawyer contacted me this morning. Unless I publicly divorce you and agree to a financial settlement that would bankrupt me, he's releasing these photos to every major news outlet. Claims you were my prostitute. That I paid for a fake marriage to embarrass the family." Zara's legs went weak. "That's insane. We have a marriage license, witnesses." They've already planted stories with gossip sites. Bastard son pays architect to pose as wife. They'll bury the truth in speculation and innuendo. Daniel's hands clenched. "I'm so sorry, Zara. I never thought he'd go this far. If you want out, if you want to file for divorce now, I'll understand." "No." "Zara." "I said no." She crossed to him, took his face in her hands. "You think I'm going to let your father intimidate me? Let him destroy what we've built? Absolutely not. He can ruin your career, your reputation, everything." "Then let him try." Zara's voice was steel. "We fight back together." "How?" She thought fast, architect's mind assembling solutions. "We need evidence of our relationship. Photos, witnesses, proof this marriage is real. We have the courthouse ceremony, but..." "Not enough. We need something public, something undeniable." Zara met his eyes. "We need people to believe we're really married, which means..." Understanding dawned on Daniel's face. "You want us to act like a real couple." "I want us to be a real couple, at least in public." Her heart hammered. "Can you do that? Convince the world you're actually in love with me?" Daniel's thumb brushed her cheekbone, tender and devastating. "Zara, that won't require any acting at all." The words hung between them, changing everything. "Daniel, I..." His phone rang. Ryan's name flashed on the screen. Daniel put it on speaker. "Desung," Ryan's voice was slurred, desperate. "I need to talk to you about Zara, about what father's planning. I can help you. I can, just meet me, please." Daniel looked at Zara. She nodded. "Where?" "The bar where you met Zara. 1 hour." Ryan hung up. "It's a trap," Daniel said. "Probably, but we need to know what Gregory's really planning." Zara grabbed her jacket. "I'm coming with you." "Absolutely not. This is my fight too, Daniel. Whatever happens, we face it together. That's the deal." Something fierce and proud flashed across his face. "All right, together." The bar was nearly empty when they arrived, just a few regulars and Ryan hunched in the back booth. He looked terrible, unshaven, exhausted, his expensive suit rumpled. "Zara," he stood as they approached, "thank you for..." "Don't," Zara's voice was cold. "We're here for information, nothing else. What's Gregory planning?" Ryan flinched. "He's going to destroy you. both of you. The photos are just the start. He's got people digging into your past, Zara, looking for anything he can twist. And Desung, he looked at Daniel, he's calling in favors with federal prosecutors, claims your business has ties to criminal organizations. It does, Daniel said calmly, but nothing provable, nothing that would stand up in court. He doesn't need court. He needs reasonable doubt. He needs people to question whether you're legitimate. Ryan's hands shook. I told him this was insane. I tried to talk him out of it. Did you? Zara asked softly. Or did you just come here to absolve yourself? To feel less guilty about standing by while your father destroys us? I love you, Ryan's voice cracked. I still love you, Zara. I made a mistake, I know that now. She's not you. She'll never be you if you just... Stop. Zara's voice was weary. You don't love me, Ryan. You love the idea of me, the woman who made you feel good about yourself without challenging you. The woman who smiled and stayed quiet while your father belittled her. That's not. Yes, it is. Zara stood. Thank you for the warning, but we're done here. Have a nice life, Ryan. I hope Victoria makes you very happy. They were almost to the door when Ryan called out. He's going after your mother, Zara. Your mother's medical records. He found something. Zara went cold. What? I don't know the details, but whatever it is, Father thinks it's damaging enough to destroy you. Daniel's hand found Zara's squeezed. We'll handle it. Outside, Zara leaned against the car, shaking. My mother's been in a care facility for Alzheimer's for 3 years. What could Gregory possibly use? Hey, Daniel tilted her face up. Whatever it is, we'll deal with it together, remember. You don't understand. My mother is all I have left. If Gregory uses her illness, makes her a spectacle, then we protect her. We move her to a private facility under my name, hire round-the-clock care, make sure she's safe. Daniel's voice was fierce. I have resources, Zara. Money, connections, people who owe me favors. Let me use them. Why would you do that? She's not your mother. No, but you're my wife. Daniel brushed a tear from her cheek. And I protect what's mine. The possessive declaration should have annoyed her. Instead, it made her feel cherished in a way she'd never experienced. I need to tell you something, Zara whispered. What? This marriage, it's not just practical for me anymore. It hasn't been for a while. She met his eyes. I'm falling for you, Daniel. Maybe I already have. And I know that's not part of our contract. I know you didn't sign up for. Daniel kissed her. It wasn't gentle or chaste like their courthouse wedding. It was deep and desperate and full of everything they'd been holding back for weeks. His hands tangled in her hair, her body pressed against the car, the city spinning around them. When they finally broke apart, both breathless, Daniel rested his forehead against hers. I've been in love with you since you threw that ring at Ryan's feet, he admitted, voice rough. Since you walked into that bar like a fallen angel looking for matches. Since you said yes to my insane proposal without flinching. Then why didn't you? Because I wanted you to choose me, not as revenge against Ryan or because I offered you power or money, but because you actually wanted me. His thumb traced her jaw. Do you want me? Yes, Zara pulled him down for another kiss. God, yes. They made it home somehow, stumbled through the door still kissing, left a trail of clothes from the elevator to the bedroom. Making love to Daniel was nothing like the careful, scheduled encounters with Ryan. It was fierce and tender and electric, his mouth everywhere, her hands learning the planes of his body, the stories written in scars she'd never asked about. I've got you, he murmured against her skin. I've got you, Zara. And for the first time in her life, she believed it. Afterward, tangled in expensive sheets with the city lights painting patterns on the ceiling, Daniel traced idle patterns on her shoulder. We're still going to have to fight, he said quietly. Gregory won't stop just because we're in love. I know, Zara kissed his chest right over his heart, but we'll fight together. Together, he agreed. The next morning brought Gregory's attack in full force. The manipulated photos hit gossip sites. Anonymous sources claimed Zara had been paid to marry Daniel. Her professional reputation was questioned. But Daniel had been preparing. He called a press conference, produced their marriage license, testimonies from courthouse staff who remembered them. He brought in Takahashi and Sullivan, both vouching for Zara's talent and professionalism. He had his lawyers threaten legal action against anyone publishing the doctored photos. And then he went nuclear. "Since my father has made this personal," Daniel said calmly to the assembled press, "I think the public should know about Gregory Kong's true character. 15 years ago, he refused to pay for medical treatment for my dying mother. He abandoned his own son because I wasn't legitimate enough for his empire. He arranges marriages like business transactions, treating women like commodities. He pulled out documents, receipts, emails, proof of Gregory's coldness toward his mother, toward Daniel himself. This is the man questioning my wife's integrity, a man who values bloodlines over humanity, money over morality." Daniel's smile was sharp. "Zara Lennox married me because she saw past the illegitimate son label and recognized a man worth building a life with. That's more than my father's legitimate children can claim." The press conference exploded. Kong family scandal trended. Gregory's reputation took a hit. But he wasn't done. 2 days later, someone attempted to run Daniel off the road. His Aston Martin was totaled, but he walked away with bruises and a fierce determination to end this. "We need to go public with everything," Daniel said that night, ice pack pressed to his ribs. "Every shady dealing Gregory's ever made, every corner he's cut. I've been collecting evidence for years. Time to use it." "That could destroy his entire empire," Zara said. "Good, he chose this war." Daniel looked at her. "But I need to know you're with me. Once we do this, there's no going back. Gregory will never forgive us. The Kong family will never accept you." "I don't want their acceptance." Zara took his hand. "I have you, that's enough." They released everything to federal prosecutors. Evidence of tax evasion, bribery, illegal business practices. Gregory Kong was indicted within a week. Ryan called frantic. "This is insane. You're destroying our family." "No," Daniel corrected coldly. "Your father destroyed it a long time ago. We're just making sure everyone knows." Victoria left Ryan 3 days after the indictment, their marriage annulled quietly. The Chin family wanted no association with the Kong scandal. Ryan showed up at their penthouse, broken and desperate. "I've lost everything. Victoria, father's business, our reputation. Are you happy now?" Zara looked at the man she'd once loved and felt only pity. "No, Ryan, I'm not happy you're hurt, but I'm happy with the life I've built. I'm happy with Daniel. I'm sorry you're not happy with yours." "I could have given you everything," Ryan said bitterly. "No," Zara's voice was gentle but firm. "You could have given me what you thought I should want. Daniel gives me what I actually need: respect, partnership, freedom. That's the difference." After Ryan left, Daniel found her on the balcony. "You okay?" "Yeah, I am." She leaned into him. "Is it wrong that I don't feel guilty?" "No, he made his choices. We made ours." Daniel wrapped his arms around her. "Speaking of choices, I want to make something clear. This marriage started as a contract, but that's not what it is anymore. Not for me." "What is it?" "Real, true, the most important thing in my life." He turned her to face him. "I love you, Zara, not because of revenge or business or any practical reason, just because you're you." Tears spilled down her cheeks. "I love you too, so much it terrifies me." "Good," his smile was tender. "We can be terrified together." 6 months later, Gregory Kong went to prison. His empire crumbled, divided among creditors and federal seizures. Ryan disappeared, reportedly living in Hong Kong with what remained of the family fortune. Daniel's business expanded, now fully legitimate and more successful than ever. Zara's architecture firm. She'd started her own after leaving Sullivan, won international awards. They were featured in magazines, not as a scandal but as a power couple redefining success. On their one-year anniversary, Daniel took Zara to the bar where they'd met. "Why here?" she asked, sliding onto the same stool she'd occupied that night. "Because this is where it started, where you were brave enough to say yes to a stranger's crazy proposal." Daniel signaled the bartender, "2 whiskeys, the good stuff." They raised their glasses. "To revenge?" Zara asked, smiling. "No," Daniel's eyes were warm. "To choice, to second chances, to falling in love in the most inconvenient way possible." "I'll drink to that." Later in bed, Zara traced the tattoo on Daniel's neck, the dragon she'd noticed that first night. "Do you regret it?" she asked. "The way we started, the revenge plot." "I regret that you were hurt by Ryan and my father, but I don't regret meeting you or marrying you or anything that brought us here." Daniel caught her hand, kissed her palm. "Do you?" Zara thought about the woman she'd been a year ago, heartbroken, lost, defined by someone else's rejection. And the woman she was now, successful, loved, chosen. "No, not even a little bit." She kissed him, slow and deep. "You're my best revenge and my greatest love. How's that for ironic?" "Sounds perfect to me." 3 years later, they stood in the same courthouse where they'd gotten married, this time as witnesses to her associate's wedding. Watching the young couple exchange vows, Zara squeezed Daniel's hand. Their marriage wasn't perfect. They fought God, how they fought, about work and boundaries and Daniel's occasional overprotectiveness. But they fought fair and they fought together, always circling back to the foundation they'd built that first strange week. Trust, honesty, choice. "What are you thinking about?" Daniel murmured. "How lucky I am." Zara smiled at him. "That Ryan was an asshole, that his father was worse, that I walked into a random bar at exactly the right moment. Luck had nothing to do with it." Daniel's thumb brushed her wedding ring, a new one chosen together, engraved with words only they understood. Chosen, always. You were brave enough to take a chance on a dangerous stranger. That's not luck, that's faith. "In you. In yourself." He kissed her temple. "You saved yourself, Zara. I just gave you the tools." As they left the courthouse, Zara thought about the girl who'd thrown an engagement ring at her ex-fiancé's feet. The woman who'd married a stranger for revenge and found love instead. Her life hadn't turned out anything like she'd planned. It was better. Because she'd chosen it. Every step, every decision, every risk. And standing beside her, with his dangerous smile and his steadfast heart and his ridiculous overprotective streak, was the man who'd given her the freedom to choose. Not a prince, not a rescue. A partner. Her husband. Hers. And God, she loved him. The end might have come wrapped in revenge, but the beginning was all theirs, messy and complicated and absolutely perfect. Just like them. If you enjoyed this journey of revenge, redemption, and unexpected love, please hit that like button, subscribe for more emotionally charged stories, and let me know in the comments what moment hit you hardest. Your support means everything and helps me bring you more stories like this. Thank you for watching.